everybody. This is Luis Galvez, Technical Marketing Manager with Wolters, Kluwer, Tax and Accounting. And joining me for a cup of coffee today are Anthony Sampson, Enroll Agent and our Solution Architect, as well as Don Evanoff, our TaxWise Application Engineer. Now, the topic for today is the TaxWise Virtual Office. And very timely, of course, as we look for opportunities to run our businesses from anywhere and at any time. Now, before we get to the components of the TaxWise Virtual Office, let's talk about why even consider a virtual office, Don.
So, Luis, you said it, access anytime, anywhere. With a virtual office, you have access to your source documents, to the software to complete the return, as well as the signed tax returns at the end. So having that access from anywhere, whether you're home working or whether you're on vacation, is a big piece of having a virtual office. Security is another factor. Your data is safer in the cloud. Rather than having paper data all over that has taxpayer information on it, if someone came in, they could steal a file, or if they broke into your office or your home and you have all this tax data around with sensitive information, having it all in the cloud is much safer. It's all protected by passwords, and we use the multi-factor authentication as well. So that data security is a huge piece for having a virtual office. You want to make sure. Also, ease of use. Both TaxWise Online, the TaxWise Mobile, using Vault, all of them are very simple to use. And we did that because, think about it, if a taxpayer's using mobile, it's got to be easy for them, or they're going to be calling you asking you how to do things. So all of it is very simple to use. And the biggest component is saving money. A lot of people don't realize how much you can save by going to a virtual office. So by not having paperwork, by not having to pay for paper and printer and ink and filing cabinets and filing folders and paying someone to file all the documents, the time while they're doing all that. Setting up a network and maintaining it through the whole season, the expense of that. Because again, when you're talking virtual network, you're online. So it's just a URL, you need your internet, but you don't need everything else. So saving money is another big component of going to a virtual office.
That's right. Thank you, Don. And Anthony, now that we understand the benefits of running a virtual office, let's talk through the components of the TaxWise Virtual Office and what they are.
Absolutely. So we'll start off with TaxWise Mobile, and that's having a digital way, a mobile way that your clients can actually interact with you. So you simply send a mobile site out to them, and it looks a little bit like this. They'll use their mobile device, and they'll be able to go through and answer various different questions, such as their name, their address, what state do they live in. They even have the ability to take pictures of their tax documents, their W-2s, 1099s. That information securely transfers over to the tax professional in TaxWise Online, and you'll automatically have that name and address populated there for you on the main information sheet in TaxWise Online. Once you finish preparing that tax return, you can store a copy of the return in the vault. But remember those pictures that they took, the W-2 and 1099, that information, it gets stored in the vault, and that's a secure file storage solution that we have exclusively in the TaxWise Online solution that allows you to store that sensitive information, and it meets the encryption data security requirements by the U.S. Treasury Department. And then, of course, being able to actually have the client sign the tax return without having to physically meet with you. With the whole COVID-19 and social distancing and things of that nature, you don't want to have any unnecessary interaction with people in a physical fashion, but you can interact in a digital fashion. So the client can sign their tax return utilizing the e-signature component, and that return gets stored in the vault as well. But then you could also send a copy of that tax return to the client utilizing the client portal. Now, the portal is very valuable, because it allows you to continuously go back and forth with your clients with sensitive information. So for instance, clients are probably reaching out to you and they're applying for their PPP loans and things of that nature. They need sensitive information. You can easily put that information on the client portal, and they can get what they need. So it becomes that central location where all their taxpayer data is located at.
That's right, Anthony. And all of these components coming together is what really allows a tax preparer to run their business virtually, anytime and anywhere. Now, Don, if I am looking to make that switch, I'm a tax preparer who is looking to move to operations to the cloud, how do I get started?
So the first thing you want to really do is be comfortable with your decision to move. So you want to jump all in, and you want to do it soon. You don't want to wait till November or December because you're setting up your office and getting ready. So you want to make that decision now so that you're comfortable with the processes of a virtual office. Also, moving your tax returns, if you're a TaxWise desktop user, there's really nothing that you have to do. When you go to online for 2020, if you've done their return in 2019, when you type in their social, it will tell you carry forward exists, you want to load. For those of you that are not TaxWise desktop users, that are competitors users, we have conversion that you can convert your data and then carry it forward into TaxWise Online. So you're not having to re-enter all that basic information and demographics. So you have that as well. Training your staff. Again, for those of you using desktop, one of the things that we did when we built online back before 2007 was we were given instructions that you had to be able to change between the two with less than an hour of training. So if you're already using desktop in less than an hour, you should have them up and running online with no problem. Also, for those of you that are moving over from another software, it's very simple. Everything is there on the screen. You're not searching through menu items, looking for things. How do I do this? Where do I go? It's all buttons and pieces on the screen based on the roles that they have and what they're allowed to do. And again, the big component is enjoying 24/7 access to get everything done whenever you've got the time to do it in this crazy world today.
That's right, Dawn. And Anthony, if I am a current TaxWise customer, who do I contact to learn more? And if I'm not using TaxWise today, where do I go to find out more information?
Absolutely, Luis. So definitely, if you're a current TaxWise customer, start reaching out to your account manager. That's going to be your first point of contact to make that transition over and convert over to TaxWise Online. Now, definitely, if you're not a TaxWise customer, go to our website. We've got a free trial of TaxWise Online that you can access and start trying out some returns and preparing them. And we also have pricing information on our website as well.
That's right. And once again, thank you, Anthony, and thank you, Dawn, for joining me for a cup of coffee today. And I thank everybody else for watching as well. Bye-bye.